Guys, I'm using a 1/4 inch nap roller cover. These are really good because they lay the paint on pretty smooth. So I'm going to use a roller on the top and then on the apron here, just because they're large flat surfaces. And then I will switch to a brush. Most likely I'll use a zebra square brush for the legs. Those are really good just to get around like curved areas and small areas. But I'll show you more about that next. This is where you get to see if those cracks, how well they covered. So yeah, I can tell I'm going to need 2 coats, which is fine. It's better to have 2 light coats than 1 thick coat. Yeah, that covered that big crack really well. I'll close up in a little bit and show you guys. Just reload every now and then with your roller. You want the roller to kind of glide over your surface and your brush. You don't want it sticking. That's kind of when you know you need to reload. So I dip my paint in there and then I kind of get a little bit of the paint off. Dip my brush, my roller rather. You know what I mean. This paint, it lays really flat. You don't have to really worry about brush strokes and roller marks, that type of thing. It's pretty amazing in that way. Okay, I'm gonna get my edges real quick. Okay, let's now get started on the first coat on these pretty detailed legs. I'm going to use my trusty zebra square brush. See, it's got an angled tip to it, and it's really good for these areas and to get into here. And then I've also got my Baltic black paint in my little foam tray here. So my takeout tray. It works pretty well. You guys might want to try it. Okay, so here we go with the first coat of this. See how good this brush is for the small areas. Be sure to get the underneath area too. Oops. got too much paint. You really can't mess this part up. The only thing you could do wrong is to put too much paint on and it would drip, or to create like a really thick first coat and then it may not dry properly. But it's covering really well on the legs so far. But it's still, I'm going to do 2 coats. It needs 2 coats. You can still see the white through, but let's see. Let's rearrange a little. Okay, that's pretty much for that one. Guess I'll do this other one too. The area, the part that's facing me, because then I'll need to move around and you won't be able to see it with the camera position that I've got now. So we'll just do this front part. But, you know, I'm really just putting the paint on kind of thin. A good coat. My brush glides over it pretty well though. Okay, I just wanted to demonstrate how I do the legs and which brush I use. Like I said, that part's pretty easy. So I'm going to do another coat of black on the top that we did in the apron because that's already dried. I'll let these legs dry. 4 hours between coats with Paint Couture. I think in an earlier video I said 12 hours, but that was the old formula, but they changed the formula, so now there's less drying time in between. So if I said 12 hours, just disregard that. But yeah, so after this dries a little, I'll put another coat on that, and then we'll move on to the fun part, which is the actual dry brushing where we create the weathered wood look. Okay, I'll be back.